Welcome to the math record. Today I'll be covering the ICTM 2021 Division AA Precalculus, which I'll be answering questions 15, 17, and 18. Okay, question 15, which is a calculator question. A person purchases a 40-year annuity with a deposit of $1,000 at the beginning of each year, and the insurance company pays 5% interest compound annually on the last day of each year. Determine the amount of money lost if the person fails to contribute during year 6 through tight inclusive. So basically, you're going to use a recursive formula, which is f of n is equal to 1,000 plus your previous amount, fn minus 1, and then multiplied by 1.05. So to understand this is basically the previous amount plus $1,000, because you're going to add $1,000 at the beginning of the year. And then at the end of the year, you're going to multiply by 1.5, which is why you put a parentheses for these two first, and then add those, and then you're going to scale by 1.05 for 5% interest. So you're going to start at $0. So f of 0 equals $0 because you start at 0, which makes sense. And then n equals 1 to n equals 40. Because you're going to start at 0, 1. And since it's a 40-year annuity, you're going to end at 40. And then when you plug this in your calculator, you're going to have 1.26839.76295. So somewhere around that amount, depending on how many decimal points your calculator gives. And then to get the second amount, when they fail to contribute to year 6 and 10, first we need to find when they stop contributing, which is at year 5. So year 5, you're going to get 5801.91281, so around that amount by just using this formula. So just find when n equals 5. And then basically from year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 5 years, you're not going to add $1,000. So what you're going to do is just increment by 5%. So then that is those 5 years. So at the 10th year, with 5801, 91281 times 1.05 to the power 5. And this new amount is going to become your new f of 0. And since this is at the 10th year, you're only going to have 30 years left because it's a 40-year annuity. So it goes from year 1 to 30 years. And then at the end of that, we're going to get a new amount, which is called using this exact same formula, but we're going to start at this amount now. We're going to start at this amount now, and we're only, instead of going to 1 to 40, we're going to go to 1 to 30. And then with that formula, we're going to come out with 101,764.23011, subtract this amount by this amount, and you'll get our answer, which is 25075.53. And that's your answer for number 15. So it's really, really calculator heavy, which I'm not going to show what all the numbers that are used to calculate this. This is just going to be a recursive formula, which is going to keep recalculating everything in a similar pattern. Okay, number 17. So values of x in the interval 0 to 5 pi are the solutions for x to the equation 6 sine squared of x plus 1, 13 sine of x. Determine the arithmetic mean of these solutions. So 6 sine squared of x, then minus 13 sine of x, plus 6 equals 0. So I put everything on one side. We could factor this as 3 sine of x, 2 sine of x. So it's going to be negative 3 here and negative 2 here. This makes negative 9, negative 4 to make negative 13. And then the negative 2, negative 3 gets our 6. And 3 and 2 gets this 6. So this is the correct factor form. In this case, that means sine of x equals 2/3. In this case, sine of x equals 3/2. And obviously it can't be this because sine can't be higher than 1. So sine of x equals 2/3. So that's when sine is positive. So in the first and second quadrant. So in this case, if this angle is theta to make 2/3, then this is going to be pi minus theta, which gives us our 2/3 on the second quadrant. So theta and pi minus theta. Now answers go from 0 to 5 pi, and these repeat in a cycle of 2 pi. That's how sine works. So it's going to be theta plus 2 pi. 2 pi plus pi equals 3 pi minus theta. So theta plus another 2 pi, which is 4 pi. 3 pi plus another 2 pi, which is 5 pi minus theta. So adding them together, 3 thetas minus this 3 negative thetas. So then we just have pi plus 2 pi plus 3 pi plus 4 pi plus pi pi, which is 15 pi over 6. Plugging this in your calculator, 15 pi over 6, and you get an answer about 7.854. And that's your answer for number 17. And it's just that simple. Okay, question 18. A chord of a circle where radius 6 produces two regions in the interior of the circle with numeric area A and 2A. Determine the distance from the center to the chord. So this is going to be another calculator question, but first you're going to have to set it up. Okay, and let's say the center is right here. So then we have something here, here, and a straight line. So let's say this angle is theta. So this also has to be theta because how chords work. So, and our radius is 6. So that means this is 6 sine of theta. And that means this is going to be 6 cosine of theta. So that means the area of this triangle is 36 sine theta cosine theta, because you just need to multiply these two. Sine theta cosine theta. Okay, so the smaller area is obviously this, which is A. That means this bigger area is 2A. So to find this area, we need of A, we can have the area of the sector minus this area, which is the area of the triangle, which we already found. So the area of the sector is the proportion of this of the total area that's in that sector. So that's 2 theta divided by 2 pi times the area, which is pi radius squared. So our radius is 6, so then we have 36 pi is our area. So the 2 and the 2 cancel out here, the pi and this pi cancel out, so we have 36 pi minus this area, because we have this sector minus the area of our triangle to get the area of just A. So that is our 36 pi minus, 36, theta, sorry, minus 36 sine theta cosine theta. And that's the A. Now for 2A, this entire thing, we need to add the area of our triangle plus the area of this sector. So this sector is the opposite of 2 pi. So 2 theta, which is 2 pi minus 2 theta over 2 pi times the area, which is 36 pi, plus this area now. So cancel out the 2's here because we just divide 2's out and cancel out the pi. So we have 36 pi minus theta plus 36 sine theta cosine theta. Now this is 2A and this is A, so to make them equal each other, all you have to do is just multiply this amount by 2, and then you can set them equal to each other. So let's just delete this so we get a little bit more room. So basically, all we have to do is just have 36 pi minus theta plus 36 sine theta cosine theta minus 2 36 theta minus 36 sine theta cosine theta. And then you can just plug this into your equation as, let's say, call this your equation f of x, and just find the 0, because these two are exactly the same amount. So if you subtract it, you should get a 0. So you just need to look for the 0 in this graph, and then you should get what theta is in your calculator, which is somewhere around 1.30266. And if we want to find the distance in our picture, we had this. This is our smallest distance. This distance, which we wrote as 6 cosine of theta. So we already found theta, so we just need to plug it in. So 6 cosine of 1.30266 using your calculator is 1.5896, which in four significant figures, which is 5.590. And that is our answer for number 18. Well, thanks for watching all the videos for 20 for the ICTM 2021, and I wish you luck for state and 2022, I guess.